Good evening, Britain, and welcome to Political Pisstakes UK, the only place where politicians get roasted harder than a Wetherspoon steak left under the heat lamp too long. Now, I know what you're thinking. Politics is boring, mate. And you're right. But it's also hilarious when you remember these are the people supposedly running the country. Strap in, grab a pint, and let's dive into this week's clown show. So, Angela Rayner. She's resigned as Deputy Prime Minister, Housing Secretary, and Deputy Labour Leader. Why? Because she, forgot to pay 40 grand in stamp duty on her £800,000 flat. Now, I don't know about you, but if I forget to pay 40 grand, the taxman doesn't send me a polite letter. He sends me lads in high-vis jackets to repossess my telly. But Angela? Oh no, she gets to play Deputy Prime Minister first. And the excuse, oh, it was complicated paperwork. Really? Complicated? This is the woman who was literally in charge of housing policy. If she can't figure out how to fill in a tax form, how's she meant to solve the housing crisis? Honestly, she thought stamp duty was just the price of licking envelopes. And the irony, while the rest of us are scraping pennies together to pay council tax on a shed, she's dodging enough cash to buy a small house in Wigan. But don't worry, Labour says it was an honest mistake. Sure, like when you accidentally drink a whole crate of Stella on a Friday night. So, naturally, Keir Starmer's response was reshuffle the cabinet, because that's Labour's go-to move. The Titanic's sinking, move the deck chairs, Britain's broke, change the job titles, sorted. David Lammy's now Deputy Prime Minister. Great, because nothing says man of the people like the bloke who once compared Brexit voters to racists. Really connects with the working class, that. Can't wait to see him explain to a bloke in Wetherspoons why his pint now costs £7.50. And then we've got Yvette Cooper as Foreign Secretary. Brilliant idea. She couldn't control immigration as Home Secretary, so Starmer's decided to export her. Maybe she'll stand on the cliffs of Dover with a megaphone yelling, "Oi, turn the dinghy around." And housing? Oh, no minister yet. Probably whoever loses rock, paper, scissors in Downing Street. Or maybe they'll outsource it to IKEA. At least then we'd get flat packs delivered on time. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage and Reform UK are holding their big conference. Think Glastonbury, except instead of guitars and bucket hats, it's Nigel ranting about boats and old blokes chanting "send 'em back." Nigel promises to stop illegal immigration in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's quicker than Amazon Prime, quicker than Domino's on a quiet night. What's the plan, Nige? Giant plug in the channel, armed seagulls. He's also bringing back stop and search, scrapping net zero and banning the Muslim Brotherhood. Which is bold, considering most people thought the Muslim Brotherhood was a kebab shop down the road. But that's Nigel. Populist bingo. Boats? Tick. Immigration? Tick. Climate change? Nah, doesn't exist. Next up, cheaper pints, free fags, and England winning the World Cup. To be fair, if he pulled that off, I'd vote for him tomorrow. So let's take stock. Labour's too busy playing musical chairs. The Tories? Well, does anyone even know where they are? They're hiding like teenagers who've smashed a window. And Reform UK? They're promising to rebuild Rome in a fortnight. Meanwhile, the rest of us are deciding whether to turn the heating on or just wear 3 jumpers and hope for the best. Politicians argue over cabinet titles while the public's Googling, "Can you boil pasta in the kettle without tripping the fuse box?" It's a joke. Honestly, politics right now is like Love Island. Uglier contestants, worse chat, and even less honesty. At least in Love Island, they admit they're only there for the money. Imagine if we could vote MPs off. Sorry, Keir, the public has decided. You are not fit to govern. Please pack your bags and leave the villa. And Nigel would be bouncing around shouting, "I've got a text." And it'd just say, "Calm down, mate, you're not Prime Minister yet." You know what sums up Parliament? Their subsidised canteen. MPs get steak and chips for £3, while the rest of us pay £12.50 for a soggy Pret sandwich and a bottle of sparkling water. No wonder they're so out of touch. They think a meal deal still costs £3, and don't get me started on net zero. Politicians are obsessed with banning cars, banning gas boilers, banning straws. Meanwhile, China's building 10 new coal plants a week and laughing at us. Net zero Britain is like going on a diet, but only eating lettuce while your mate's at the buffet shoveling pizza. And immigration, let's be honest, No government's going to fix it. The Tories had 14 years and failed. Labour can't even manage their own taxes. Nigel's plan, 2 weeks. Sure, mate. I can't even get my broadband provider to pick up the phone in 2 weeks. So there you go, Britain. Angela Rayner proved maths isn't Labour's strong point. Starmer's playing cabinet roulette. Nigel's promising miracles in record time. And the rest of us? We're just trying to make it through winter without selling a kidney to pay the gas bill. That's it from me tonight. This has been Political Pisstakes UK, where the politicians lie and I laugh about it so you don't cry about it. Do me a favour, hit like, share it with your mates, and drop a comment below. Especially if you can name a single politician who actually knows the price of a pint of milk. Spoiler, none of them. See you next time.